Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and welcome to Tone and Techniques. And what better person to do it with than my good friend Jared James Nichols. Let's talk tone first. You've got a pretty happening tone dialed in here, my friend. Tell us what's the signal chain and why it's so cool and skronky.
Okay, I'm playing through my new signature, Gold Glory. I got the P90, the Seymour Duncan, very snarly, aggressive. We got it plugged into this little pedal board. I have a Klon Centaur halfway up, and then it's going into that blue box, which is a crazy Octavia. And it's all being powered by my JJN20.
And the Centaur just stays on all times.
I keep that on because for me, that's like the good palette. It really pushes the amp over the edge. It helps me articulate a little bit. And really, it just sounds great with anything I do.
So we're here to talk some techniques, and you have a new song, Skin and Bones, and I love the way you're using your thumb, almost a la Billy Gibbons / Jimi Hendrix. So
Yes.
Talk us through that, my friend. Show us the riff, then tell us what's going on.
Here's the riff. Get ready. Whoa.
Nice.
As you can see, it's a very aggressive tone. I always use my thumb on my fretting hand. I'm gonna make some people mad here, Nick. This is kind of not playing by the rules. I copped this from, like you said, Billy Gibbons, Jimi Hendrix. They had this technique where they would be hitting bass notes using their thumb, thus freeing up the other four, mostly three,
Right.
to play on top of that. And playing in a trio and singing and playing with only a bass player and a drummer, for me, it was so important to have those bass notes to give me something to play off of when playing lead. I loved watching Stevie Ray Vaughan and guys like Hendrix or Billy get those low notes, but keep playing lead on top of it. So whenever I'm writing a riff or playing, I'm thinking to myself, how can I make this fatter? How can I make this bigger and give myself more sound and keep the control? So for this riff on Skin and Bone, it's in C sharp. I'm using my thumb to anchor on that low C sharp on the low E string, and then I'm playing unison bends here on the G and B string, continuing to the B and E string, but that's my anchor. I keep coming back to that C sharp, and that's what kind of gives it a really cool tone, and it fills out the sound. It's the anchor of the root. So check it out one more time, a little slower. It really helps me also keep the rhythm, keep the groove, and just kind of create on top of that.
What's really cool is how accurate your thumb slide is to the C sharp every time. How are you ensuring that's always your destination? Are you focusing where you're going?
Yeah, and it's also kind of muscle memory, right? Because everyone's hands are different sizes, so you're gonna really have to work with how much pressure you have to apply, and it takes time like any technique. But when you get this right, you take up all that low end and it frees you up to play all that lead on top. So really, Nick, I could play like any groove. If I wanted to play like a descending line, C sharp to B to A. When I heard Billy Gibbons play like that, he was using like that G, and he'd go. But it's all about that thumb, and having that anchor frees me up to play all that lead on top.
And like you said, some teachers might say that's wrong, but hey, if it's good enough for Jimmy and Billy, good enough for us.
Absolutely.
Right, at this point I'm going to do something evil and switch off this great octavia pedal, and I'm going to ask this man to show us another thing he does a lot really, really well, which also Jimmy and Billy do a lot, and that's switching from minor to major within the pentatonic scheme. So pray explain, sir. Pray explain.
There was a time when I didn't understand how these players that we love, a lot of these classic guys, would be able to simply switch between playing in major and playing in minor. And I learned it really from my biggest hero, Leslie West, is being able to really slide in and out of boxes or simply change one note and change the whole feel or the whole lick in general. I'll play a simple E lick. So if you notice this note on the 12th fret of the G string, that's your minor third, right? It's just a G note. Now if I alter that to make it a G sharp, which goes here on my 13th fret of the G string, then it gives us that major quality, the major third. So check this out. First minor, then major. Now there's a cool thing where you can play in between them. So I can almost put a little bit of a bend on the 12th fret, bend it up just a hair where I'm catching that major vibe. And that gives us that major sound in a bluesy way. So check it out. It's a simple thing where you can just switch one note and get a completely different tonality. Moving that up here, I'm gonna go on the high E string. This is something I do all the time is I really flirt with on the 17th fret, bending that up to the 19th, but then coming back down to the 16th fret and then to the 15th. So check this out. If I go, bending up here, that goes up to like a 5th in the scale, coming back down to the 4th, and then here's our money notes. On the 15th fret and the 16th, you have your minor third and a major third, so I can alternate. Simply moving one note changes the whole landscape of it. And now you can play a minor lick, a big minor lick, and then follow it up with a major lick. So check this out. Follow that up with a major lick. It's like that major bluesy area, so check this out. Being able to switch between those two, it's so expressive and it gives you such a different palette. So check this out. If I go right here and I'm going. There's a cool beauty with switching in between them and finding those cool spots to kind of switch it up and twist your ear.
The other thing I like is when you do that slight blues bend, you're kind of going, am I major, am I minor, am I minor, am I major? You choose.
I got it from Eric Clapton in like early Blues Breakers and Cream. He would use his index finger to just, I always say you like put a smidge on the note. You make the note a little sharp. So check this out, running up a minor pentatonic scale, starting down here actually on our flat 7, which is on the 10th fret. Go like this. So all I'm doing is adding a little bit of out of tune. And when you really go into it and you get kind of crazy with it, you can. You can really milk it.
Could you quickly show those who don't know the fact that the minor pentatonic and the major pentatonic are just 3 frets apart?
Yes, of course. So check this out. If I were to start descending, I would start on the 15th fret with my ring finger to the 12. Follow that again. And now you can switch it 3 frets down and get your major tonality with the same shape. That's simple. 3 frets change your whole world of tone.
And the great thing was, when Jared played the major version at the 9th fret, he stopped on the E, so you've got to remember the root note has to be your center points.
Yes, these are the things I feel like that once you get them ingrained, you start to be able to mess around with it, and you come up with so many licks, so many cool things and ideas that you never explored yet. So I would suggest to every guitar player, beginning, intermediate, advanced, to just keep finding different ways of sneaking in and out of major and minor.
And very quickly, folks, if you're wondering why you haven't heard Skin and Bones yet, I'll let this man explain.
June, brand new song, brand new single, Skin and Bone. Get ready for it. That's the riff. Learn it so when it comes out, you can jam along to it.
Jared James Nichols, thank you, my friend.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Nick.
it. See you soon.
Cheers, man.